Right, watcher, welcome back. Tiger at 9, Bashplate. Having had it on the bike for a day, I've found that it does resonate. It clangs and rattles against the exhaust. Not much, but you go over bumps, and because it's kind of suspended here at the top and then here at the bottom, it's kind of only each end it's supported, so the middle's moving just a bit. There's about a 4mm gap between the bottom of the exhaust and the bashplate, and that is enough for it to just touch. And you're getting this, and it's really annoying. So I've got to express a couple of little holes in there just for the exhaust to just poke through, or to just give it space so it doesn't touch it, and that will quieten it down. I'm going to put some rubber washers under it when it goes back on, some seals, and that will make it better. Now, once that's done, cut those holes. I've got to do some little trimmage just to trim some of these ugly corners off to make it look like it's a bit more finished. And then I'm going to seal it, and I'm going to paint it. I was going to leave it bare metal to rust, do the rat rod thing, but I don't know. Doesn't really match on the bike. Looked at it today, just looks wrong. Looks like, oh yeah, half finished. Like to see it when it's finished, so it made it work. So I'm going to do it black. It will also make it last a bit longer, and the tough black is the perfect paint. I've got a whole tin of it left, so it's a perfect job. And I'm going to seal the inside, like I said, with a proper panel sealer. I'll show you that as well. Let's get stuck in.
Paintings on the tombs, they do the sand dance, don't you know? If they move too quick, oh hey oh, they're falling down like a domino. All the buzz are men by them now, they got their money on the bench. Go crocodiles, oh hey oh, they snap the teeth on your cigarette. Foreign types with the hookah pipe say, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh. Walk like an Egyptian. Waitresses take their trays and spin around and they cross the floor. They've got the moves, oh hey oh. You drop the drink and they bring you more. All the school kids so sick of books, they like the punk and the metal band. When the buzzer rings, oh hey oh, they're walking like an Egyptian. All the kids in the marketplace say, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh. Walk like an Egyptian.
Right, let's give you a look. Oop, let's unplug it. Right, so far, your plug's out of the way. So far I've got everything structural that I can think of at the minute. The exhaust comes down at an angle, so there's a collector there, a nice square collector, and that goes into one, 3 into 1. And it just ends with one single pipe coming up here, so it should look good when it's on. That's carefully measured and drawn out. It's as round as it needs to be. In fact, it's as good as it needs to be. Come out of it. That's better. Pretty cool. I'm quite chuffed with it actually. Didn't think it'd come out nearly as well as this. Part of me even thought this would end up in the scrap under the bench, but it was a spare sheet of steel. I've reweighed it as well. I don't know where my calculations were. The last video I said, well, I said it was 6 kilos, it was 6 pounds. I'm sure I measured it as 6 pounds, it's not. It's actually 3.5 pounds it weighs. Told you I was an idiot. Right, so what I'm going to do now is rub a coat of nail varnish remover to get all the grease off. When you buy sheet metal panels from stockholders, they come with this kind of waxy grease on. Wipe all that off, give it a scratch up, get some sealer in there, and get some paint on it. Let's get stuck in.
If you like to gamble, I tell you I'm your man. You win some, lose some, it's still the same to me. The pleasure is to play, it makes no difference what you say. I don't share your creed, the only card I need is the ace of spades, the ace of spades.
Right, 2 hours in so far, and because I know you'll ask, that's what that was. It's serious stuff, liquid metal, but it's fundamentally it's seam sealer. If you go into your proper auto car body store that does all your stuff, your 3M stuff, that's seam sealer. It's the stuff that modern car body panels are glued together with. If you think your modern cars aren't glued together, think again. So that stuff, once it's on, it's forever. And I've buried the welds completely underneath it, so no water, no moisture will ever get to them. Keeps them completely sealed, and it is pretty much flame proof. You can put a blow lamp on that and it doesn't melt. It just kind of goes hard, like becomes like a clay. So it's pretty cool stuff. That's about £7 a tube, and I've had it about 2 years. I was sticking stuff together ages ago with that. Right, now because I'm an idiot, as I've always said, I haven't got any tough black paint left, so I've got some regular satin black and some regular primer. So this is going to be more of a regular kind of lick over. So it's going to do that lick over of paint, primer, let it dry, and then wax some black over it, because it's got to go back on the bike tonight. I've got about half an hour, so I'm just going to lick literally a short coat over it. It will be properly painted another time, so let's get stuck in.
Playing for the high one, dancing with the devil, going with the flow, yes, it's all a game to me. 7 or 11, snake eyes watching you. Double up or quit, double stakes or split, it's the ace of spades, the ace of spades. You know I'm born to lose, and gambling's for fools, but that's the way I like it, baby, I don't wanna live forever. And don't forget the joker.
Okay, that was the reason for the 2 holes. For some bizarre reason, I don't know, but that was just about touching the front there, and that section there was touching at the front with that seam, which you can kind of see along the back. That's how close it was if you look at it flat. And when that exhaust heats up, oddly enough, it gets bigger, so it was touching. And this, when you tapped it before, it was going dang dang dang, you could hear it vibrating on there. So that's done now. It's only bolted on just for now. It will get some rubber fittings in there which will isolate a bit of ringing. It's not actually, even though it's painted, it's got better. Same as at the back. I should put some little rubber spaces in there just to give it a little bit of movement, isolate that stiffness. But there it is. Love the little facets on it. Cool.